Hey guys, what's up? It's Vlogger Matt here, and today I am very excited to tell you what's happening. So for the last couple months, I've had a job for the first time, and the main part of my job was to raise $1,500 for this trip that I'm taking as of today. So I paid $1,500 for a trip to go to New York with like some of the drama people from my group, or from our department, and so now that's happening, and I'm really excited. It's $1,500 because we're doing so much, and it's very exciting. We're taking a train there. Then we're taking a train to the subway. We're taking a train to New York. Then we're taking the subway to the hotel. And then from the hotel, we'll do Times Square, and then we'll go see our first Broadway show. We're going to go see Phantom of the Opera. And then we have a bunch of other things planned. That's just like a little bit of just the first day. And then tomorrow we're seeing Kinky Boots, and then on Sunday we're seeing Aladdin, and in the morning we're doing a workshop with Aladdin. They're like the people in Aladdin, and we get to do a workshop with them and like do a dance and stuff with them, and I'm really excited about it. And wow, my lips are really shiny. But I don't know, it's kind of more satisfying, paying your own trip, especially because it's $1,500.
Are we moving?
Oh my god, we're moving! We're sitting on the train right now.
Going to New York.
That was I couldn't say it. I could not say it. It's like New York.
If we wake up or something.
Yeah. Here we go. We are on the dining car train thing. We're playing Monopoly Deal. Yeah.
Hi.
Documenting life as it goes on.
I would like 6 million.
That should be my new phrase.
I'd like 6 million.
Well, how are you gonna steal my money like that? Actually, technically, this was your money in the first place since I stole it from you, but whatever. Got the big 10 mil. Feeling it. So it's downpouring on this right side. You can't really see it. And there's nothing on this side.
It's like
We just don't know what's happening. I mean, there's like little stuff, but like it's a literal downpour on that side. It's so weird. We're going through Washington.
you got the west side,
The
you got
Washington
the south
Monument.
side, you got the north side, you got the east side.
Where are we?
We are in New York City.
We're about to take the subway for the first time.
So you're gonna get pickpocketed, my dude.
I'm not. It's okay.
I hate this already.
I love this. This is like
If we
thrilling.
didn't have luggage, it would be so much easier.
I know. I'm glad that we're about to drop our luggage. So, about to take the subway. We're at Penn Station right now. Look at all these places we can go. But you're right. No, you have to do like one direction. There's 23 seconds between the door opening and the door closing.
I don't like it. Don't tell me how many seconds I have.
Well, you don't want to like leave.
You do that. You just shove me.
We're in the heart of New York on Broadway.
Guys, we're here. Look, it's the hotel. Right from our hotel.
Steak and
which is
Jake.
right beside Stevens.
There's our hotel.
Okay, so calling me. Musical groups. And this was, of course, Ed Sullivan, the name of the theater. And there are a lot of famous groups that you may or not have heard that would do their first show ever on public television right here on this theater.
Now, what's your favorite musical?
Very good question. I have several that I really like.
Okay.
One is In the Heights,
Okay.
one of my favorite shows.
Yep.
The other is The Drowsy Chaperone.
I love the Drowsy
That
Chaperone.
is probably one of my favorites. And then third is Finding Neverland. And if it comes
Okay,
to
that's
Richmond,
good.
Or I don't know if it'll go to Charleston. But
Yeah.
you should see that production.
I want to.
Cross with caution.
I love it. I love La La Land. Go see it if you haven't. And then Willy Wonka's up there.
Y'all, let's play.
Wait, Billy. Okay, let's do it.
Wait, is it? Woo.
For you not to look at me while I'm talking to you, because you are looking at pretty much a person who has ADD's green, right? Literally everywhere you look are flashing colored lights, video, people, all these different kinds of languages, sirens going on. It's every kind of walk of life here. It is the crossroads of, and sometimes that risk pays off. Sometimes you take that risk and there is no failure, there is no mistake. It actually is a big payoff. And that's exactly what happens with the Times. The Times are very successful after that, and there is no more New York World, and there is no more New York Tribune, and there is no more New York Herald. Get the picture? There's only one newspaper in New York City that has respect, and that's the New York Times. Now, what better way to sell newspapers than name a neighborhood after yourself? And that's exactly what they did. Instead of it being Longacre Square, they tagged it as Times Square for the Times, New York Times. Now, today it's still called that. The Times are no longer in that building. Guess how many people work in that building?
0.
One tenant, and that is Walgreens. It's in the base of the building and in the sub-basement of the building. That's it. Theaters. It's the largest theater district in the country, arguably in the world. Only other place that might say no is maybe London. Right, so we start up here. If you'll notice, 65th Street. It's the only theater that is not in the theater district, the technical theater district. It's at Lincoln Center, which is the largest performing arts center, arguably for sure, in the world, that has opera, symphony, movies, everything you could think, and of course, theater.
We saw Warhorse.
We saw Warhorse there. King and I played there. Lots of great shows have played there, and it's a beautiful theater. Now, if you come step on down, the next theater starts at 54th Street at Studio 54. Your hotel is right here.
Wow.
Studio 54 was a nightclub, okay? Lots of things happen at Studio 54. Lots of things. But not anymore. It is now a bona fide Broadway theater. What is the difference between Broadway and off-Broadway? I'll tell you in a minute.
Seats.
Next,
Yes.
we pass Miss Saigon. Broadway theater. August Wilson, famous playwright. That is where Jersey Boys played.
This is play in a movie. That's the playwright for Fences. That's a big movie.
And August
right now.
Wilson, yep. He was the famous playwright. Cats, Neil Simon, famous comedic playwright. Cats is playing there.
Wicked.
We have School of Rock at the Winter Garden. The Gershwin, the largest of all the theaters.
Wicked.
That's where Wicked's playing. It's been playing there for a record over 10 years. It's got a very nice run. Probably now 12 years.
I
Probably.
think it's more than 10.
Yeah. Circle in the Square, In Transit, which is a brand new musical about the subway of all things. It's all a cappella. I've heard it's good. It's all a cappella, all of it.
He just like
Look, it's the chocolate factory. The Wonka Chocolate Factory.
I
Look.
love this.
Guys, welcome golden ticket holders. Film. She looks like Liza Koshy a little bit, not gonna lie.
Oh my god. I love it.
I can't even hit the button. Okay, so we're gonna go see Phantom of the Opera tonight after eating pizza.
Gotta keep.
And this is the theater I am walking.
Yes. Yeah.
Faith, come
Yeah.
down at you. Oh, I'm so excited. There we go. So this used to be an old gospel church, and now it's a pizzeria.
Guys, we're gonna try to all take
A really
a picture from
pretty
this end.
pizzeria.
So.
It's so cool. Oh my god! We went, like, don't understand where he went. There was just like a giant gap. There was a giant gap, and then they pulled the boat back on, and I was like, how did the boat go over the hole?
Yeah, I know.
I was like, what?
But like, oh my god.
Obviously, Phantom of the Opera was amazing.
Yeah.
And we're all crying inside and out.
Actually, like made the
We're sitting in a chair.
The blanket
That
did
had a
not
backing.
move. It didn't move.
And it stayed up. How did you pop it up? Oh, legit don't understand.
I actually would love to be a
I want to know how they work.
And then he came back on stage 2 seconds later and his hair was perfect.
Right?
Who?
How
how was his hair perfect?
No, that had to be. That was like a wig or two or something like that.
Okay, that's what I think. They took his whole mask off, and I was like, his hair was just perfect, and now it looks like crap.
Now it's just dead. Yeah, no.
Guys, day 2 of New York. Anyway, so this is day 2. We get to go see Kinky Boots. Wait, no.
Yes.
Yes, we get to go see Kinky Boots. Best day ever.
And 2 stops. So 2 stops from here is 59th and Lex, and we're going to transfer to the green train, specifically the 6th line, and we're going to head up to 77th Street. We will be in the heart of the Upper East Side, the most expensive zip code in the nation. It is where they film a lot of Gilmore Girls and Gossip Girls, as we make our way to the largest art museum in the Northwestern Hemisphere, the Metropolitan Museum of Art. Okay, I hear a subway coming.
I'd love to own one of these homes.
So, here you see, whenever you see multiple buttons, that means that this doesn't even look like it was it could have possibly been 2 homes, and it could have been created into one. A person bought 2 of them and then created it into one, possibly, because when you look above the windows, that's pretty old school. So that, and typically, you can see the cutoff here. There might have been a door here, but this would have been to the basement. There would have been a staircase coming down, and this would have been the front door. Same thing over here. Your main door is going to be here, because it's got this beautiful entry as you enter in. This door is for basically deliveries. How much it could be as much as $10 million. We can look this up on Zillow if you want. 127, what street are we on? 78th?
Yeah.
127 East 78th Street. Somebody got it.
This is so pretty.
Side of that building at one of my favorite structures to show people, and that is Grand Central Terminal. Previous to the terminal, there was the depot run by steam, and we'll talk more specifically about it, but all the trains left the depot and would come up the island Manhattan to the various places it was going, but they all started in Manhattan and came up what was 4th Avenue. This avenue, it was 4th Avenue. And why would nobody want to live near 4th Avenue? Because where I'm standing, I feel like I'm in quicksand. Where I'm standing, this is under my feet. This was all open. And underneath, deep down, were tracks. All the trains came straight up, and they needed a massive cut in the ground to allow the steam to come up. Otherwise, the people on the trains would asphyxiate.
We're in the Met Museum, or the Metropolis? No, Metropolitan. Trying to figure out what Met means. I thought it was Metropolis for a second, but it's I can't even say it in Metropolitan. Debuting the iPhone 8. They're filming a movie here, and they won't tell us what movie it is, and I want to know.
They just shipped the temple.
Guys, when we see that movie, we're gonna freak. We're gonna be like, oh my god.
What company are they use to ship it over here? I really want the triangle. I mean, yeah.
Oh, the trees? No eating or drinking in the Temple of Timdor.
Celebrity's gonna be here tonight.
I was thinking like Nicolas Cage or Harrison Ford from Indiana Jones. I don't know, you never know.
And then she just got it right there. Claire got it right there. There was no American flag. George Washington was fighting for the nation. He was British. He was a British citizen, though he was a rebel. He was leading the charge in saying, if you're not going to let us have representation in our government, but yet taxes, we're not going to stay in this country anymore. So there was no American flag at that point that we see there in the paintings. Anybody else notice anything else?
I mean, Delaware gets cold, but is there ice in the river?
Yeah, this is the Delaware River. Does it ice up? Yes, but are there huge icebergs? No, no. It doesn't happen. Crossbows made of ivory, sadly to say. But back then we had lots of elephants running around, right? Now we don't. It's illegal to do that. So anyway, elephants are my favorite animal.
Me too! We're in Central Park right now. We're going to see the Alice in Wonderland statue. That is in front of us. But here we go. We're standing on a piece of schist. That's right, I did not cuss. It is actually called the schist. It's like a piece of, what is it, bedrock? It's bedrock that
comes out. So it is like the first layer of the earth here on the island.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Under the topsoil. Right?
Okay,
yes,
cool.
It's just under the topsoil.
That's what I thought.
Kieran knows.
No, I was saying knowledge.
I see more
Knowledge schist with Kieran.
What? New show. Shit.
To the hair, to the hat. See if you could find the.
Wait. Oh, it's going.
Sailing ship race right here in Central Park. But we need to leave very soon. This is our last major stop before we get to Strawberry Fields.
Strawberry fields.
Favorite fruit. It is. I love strawberries.
It is a berry, not a fruit.
Oh well, it's both.
Berries are fruit.
Berries are fruit. Because you don't eat the seeds, and then you eat the fruit part of the.
Cashews are fruit. Shaken. Matthew, did you know cashews?
Yeah.
Tomatoes are fruits.
Cashews come from a fruit. They're
Cool.
fruits. Cashews That's like saying raisins are fruit. They are. Cashews are fruit. They are dried fruit. They're dried fruit and they're not fruit.
Really?
Yeah, because raisins are dried up grapes.
What?
Raisins are dried up grapes.
Yeah, I knew that.
Okay, as I say.
That's a fruit?
Yeah.
We're talking about cucumbers.
Cashews
That's a.
yeah, because all squashes are fruit. And they're fruit.
Okay.
Yes. Cucumbers are fruit. Pickles are not. No. I did not measure no like science.
No, you can't change whether something is a fruit or a vegetable by putting it in vinegar.
What about squash?
Yeah,
What about
zucchini is like a
squash?
type of squash.
So cucumber, a
Matthew, you're
tomato, those
recording.
have
Yeah. It's a great conversation.
crying.
Angel over the waters. That's what you're looking at. It's a big deal to have a statue in the park. And guess what, ladies? It was done by a woman. It was the very first.
Love Kinky Boots. Here we go. Okay. It's first of all, it's snowing in New York. Ultimate dream goal. And second of all,
Kinky Boots.
it's so
It's
good.
light. It's light. It's light.
so good.
It's so good.
Go out and see it if you can.
Loved it.
Like, it will change your life.
Oh, we just took a picture.
We weren't in the picture.
We're in this one. Oh my God, it's snowing in New York. Dream goals. Slash, I changed my shoes on the subway, and it's great. Wait, hold on. Okay, just like, there we go. Like,
Great photo.
there we go. I'm walking here.
Okay, so what? That person's going slow. You don't.
Right?
Jeez.
We're eating at a restaurant called Tony's, and this is fried zucchini, and it's amazing. And this is like a mozzarella stick, pretty much. And I try, and I try, get no.
We were making our way, and basically I stopped in the middle of Park Avenue, and I told you at one time this was the last place anybody would have wanted to live or have a business or anything, because you had this huge cut in the ground to allow the steam out. Steam, even if you put a big cut in the ground up a road to let it out, it's still a problem. It still smells, it's still causing pollution, and the tunnel still has issues. In fact, in 1902, imagine Charlottesville, Virginia. You knowing every single neighbor, you know, maybe you don't know everybody in Charlottesville, but you know a lot of people. It's a small town, relatively compared to New York City, very small. I want you to imagine the last stop on the train coming into Grand Central Depot stopped at New Rochelle, New York. It was a suburb right before it came into the city. And everybody on the last car was from New Rochelle. And what happened was in 1902, this train was waiting to come into the depot, because you see, when they built the depot, in the back side of it, they didn't have levels, they didn't have platforms for arriving and departing. They all came into the same place, and it was pure pandemonium every single hour of every single day. And literally, you had trains waiting in the tunnel to come out so that a train could pull out, so this train could pull forward. And what happens is, on this horrendous, tragic day, the last car of this train waiting to pull in is sitting waiting. Behind them, a train going full speed ahead. The conductor misses the signal, he doesn't see, he hits the back of the car, and everyone from New Rochelle on that car died.
I wonder what it is. Think so. It's a match of some sort. It's a match of some sort. It's a tennis match?
Squash.
What? Oh. Gossip Girl.
Look at this top.
I want my picture up
Look
there.
at this top.
I know.
This has been in so many movies. Billy.
It was in the Hulk movie, the first Hulk movie, I think.
Suspended movies? What did you get?
Yeah.
Welcome to Grand Central Terminal. I just want to make sure we've got everybody. All right, so there are three major attributes in this room I want to point out to you.
The stars on the ceiling.
Of course, is the ceiling. It has got a beautiful cerulean blue paint. It's in a gorgeous vaulted ceiling, and it's showcasing the stars of the astronomy. There's one serious problem with the ceiling, and the problem is that the painter did a boo-boo.
Oh no.
The art designer, Jules Guitton, wanted this to be like we look up into the heavens. But the painter, Charles Basing, he was looking at the blueprint on the ground, and whatever he saw here, he put here. And it should have turned it up the right side up. So it's basically backwards. It should be the other way around. In fact, over 750,000 people will walk into this room on a given day. I don't know how big Charlottesville is, But think about how many times Charlottesville would come into this room, right?
It's 3 times.
So 750,000 people come through here on a given day. That's pretty incredible. And of course, people will say, meet me at the clock at Grand Central. By right after World War II ended, it declined. And that was because the trains had been used to help with World War II, bringing supplies and troops to the boats and across this country. And everything needed to be replaced. And what had been created and invented? Aircraft. Not for fighting, but for bringing people as regular leisure travel, as many do today. And guess who was paying for those airports? The government. And guess who the train stations were paying in taxes? The U.S. government. So those taxes were being used to build up competition. And it was the death nail into trains. They come here to hang out and enjoy the beauty, to go have dinner, or to go shopping. There are over 7 shops and restaurants in here. So it's pretty awesome. And in 1998, they did a $500 million renovation with private money, and you're seeing the beauty of that renovation. Can you find that dark brick block? Where? That is a circle. That is a hole. That hole was used, I'll just tell you quickly, that hole was used for a space rocket ship. We were in the Cold War with Soviet Union, and they were winning the space race. And we didn't like losing. So we had a replica of a rocket ship that was going to go up and beat out the Soviets, and they wanted to show it off. So they brought the replica and they put it in here. It was too tall. So they had to put a hole in the ceiling for it to fit. Yes, it's at the very, if you look at the crab, follow that line down through the crab.
Oh, that's atrocious.
And there you have that, it's a brick. It's literally a brick.
One.
Turn to the corner like this, and you're going to talk up into the corner and talk to your friend across the way. Alright? And you will
He had like 3 fingers on a hand. It was like a claw, right? And he was like, I told him to call me Matthew in the beginning. So he was like, Matthew.
There's a whole aerial section. Look at Faith, look. 2, 3.
Bibbidi bob. Yeah.
Love Moana.
I want to see Moana. Oh
Moana.
Oh my god, the pig from Moana. She's so cute.
Make way.
I love it.
I want it.
Oh my.
Moana, stay on the ground now. And there you are. Baby Moana.
The pig.
Look, $20.
And the pig was barely in it.
I know, look at Baby Moana. And Hen Hen, they have Hen Hen. Or Hey Hey.
Do you really want to spend it?
No, I'm gonna buy my money at the M&M store.
Buy my money.
I'm gonna
Buy your money.
I don't know what. I want beef.
All the way up
I'm probably gonna get Lady.
Oh my god, Lady. That was our first dog's name. Oh yeah, that was my named her after Lady.
Okay, yeah.
How do you feel at the M&M store?
I'm excited. I gave out chocolate for a year and candy, and I have a year and a day left, and I'm about to buy my first Candy Slush chocolate.
Oh my god, Matthew, but don't do that. Don't break down.
No, I'm gonna save it for the day. So New York chocolate's the first thing I taste.
That's so cute. That is so adorable.
We had this conversation off camera, and so we're recreating. We're actors. We're so good at it.
Oh my god.
Can't you tell?
All right, ladies and gents. Matthew Silvers. His first
Otherwise,
chocolate.
can't eat it right now, but
First
it's the
chocolate
thought
in over a year.
that I bought. I'm gonna get a lot.
How do you feel about this, Claire Flores?
Well, it's chocolate. Good. Can't go wrong with that.
How do you feel the brown M&M?
Claire is the brown M&M. Oh, got it autofocus.
Why is that a thing?
Matthew is the blue M&M.
What was that thing?
And I am the green M&M. Alright, here he goes. Here he goes. It's the big moment.
How does this work? Wait, anyway.
Yes, I will hold it. Thank you.
What color you got, Matthew? Christmas.
Well, this one's Christmas holiday mint, so.
Matthew, it's January. You got
It's his Christmas.
How do you? Oh.
Yeah. Well, there's.
Oh my god, I'm gonna get hot.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, that was a lot. Like a little too
He's excited.
white cheesecake, double chocolate. Guys, go big or go home. This is exciting.
Aren't you supposed to fill up to like here? No, you're supposed to fill up to I don't know.
He's on blue.
Perfect.
Okay.
So heavy.
Hold up your chocolate, Matthew. Show the viewers. Woo!
How many of you are with us for the very first time?
Woo!
Okay, that's almost everything. You eat scrambled eggs and pancakes and we sing for you. It's easy. It's simple. That's all you gotta do.
He's multitasking right now. This is ultimate goals. He's singing and like working at the same time. I mean, usually doing it. Like he's holding a microphone doing it with one hand. He sounds exactly like him. This is so weird. But it's so cool at the same time. So cool. Okay, so
opened its doors. So it was the tallest structure in the world for decades. It is still considered the really quintessential skyscraper in New York, the symbol for New York City, and it is an office building. It was built in a record year and a half, 4.5 stories a week. It is absolutely incredible. It was the Depression. They thought it was going to cost $65 million. It only cost $45 million. They were under budget because it was the Depression. Behind you is Macy's department store. I'm going to just quickly tell you
I want to walk through there and shop.
this quick story before we head to the workshop. If you look, notice Macy's department store, the symbol of Macy's is a star. It started, and it's named after R.H. Macy, who was 15 years old when he was working on a whale ship. And his dream was to not work on a whale ship. It was not fun. And he ended up getting a tattoo, a star, on his arm. And so it was a remembrance of not ever going back and doing that job again. His dream was to have a dry goods store. And guess what? He went to Nantucket, where he was from, and he tried to start his department store, his dry goods store, and guess what? He failed. So he tried again. He failed. Do you think he gave up?
no.
He tried again. He failed. Do you think he gave up?
No.
He tried one more time, and he failed. he moved to New York City, and he started his dry goods store on 14th Street and 6th Avenue. Did he fail?
No.
No. He was successful. The legend of that story is do not quit. If you have a passion for something, a dream that you want to pursue, do not quit. You get up.
We just ate at this amazing place. It was good. I had a hamburger and fries. And we did a workshop with someone from Aladdin, and it was amazing. It was great. Nathan Lucrezio or something. Lucrezio? I don't know, he's cool. He's amazing, I love him.
He plays the
A shopkeeper.
and then he'll be playing
Kasim
or
for understudy.
yeah,
It's cool.
like February 13th through the 15th.
Yeah.
You can custom make this for $15. It's the best. And you can fill it up with whatever candy you want. Great souvenir. Put it in your room and treat yourself every time you get an A on that exam.
Treat yourself.
That will never happen.
It smells amazing in here. If only you could smell it.
It's candy bars.
S'mores. Oh my gosh, what the heck? Look at these steps. What? There's candy inside the steps. Oh, it smells really good.
Okay.
Photo booth goals. Here we go.
Okay, so what?
Pick a filter.
Okay, wait. Let's do. Do you guys want to do black and white?
Let's do black and white.
Oh my god, my
no.
hair.
Okay.
Pick an effect. We don't want an effect.
Okay, no effect.
Yes.
No, wait, what about, what kind of
Wait,
figure?
there's
Bulge? What's bulge?
No, I don't like that. Wait.
bulge.
No. No. Hold on. No.
Blur? No, that's weird.
Double bulge. Okay, do we want that or
Double
do we
that. No,
Wait,
I don't like that.
Want... Let's just don't do it. Let's not.
Dumb
do
and
it.
Dumber. Wait, hit Dumb and Dumber. I just saw this again. Twist.
Okay, what are we gonna do?
Oh, God.
No,
Silly?
Okay, let's try to look normal.
No, we already tried that.
Serious. No. Ew, that looks
dead,
disgusting.
okay.
Yeah.
Let's try to do.
Funny?
Look at that. That looks
Guns,
creepy.
guns. That looks so good. I like
and then what
that
else
one.
should
Going
we
on a
do?
gondola. This is beautiful.
However, if we keep going north,
It's just snow on the ground.
this way, and that's why you saw. Prior to it being Roosevelt Island, folks, it was known as Blackwell's Island. It was the island of the want-nots. So, especially at the turn of the century, we're talking about the turn of the 20th century, late 1800s, early 1900s. What happened? This was a place where if they thought you were cray-cray, you came. If you were convicted of doing something that they felt was wrong, you were put in jail. If you did not have a mommy and daddy and you were an orphan, they had an orphanage here for you. If you didn't have anyone to pay for a funeral or for a place to bury you, guess where they brought you? Over here. This was a place, if you had an uncurable disease, you were brought here. If you were, so you get the picture, right? And then we'll have our show. Then after our show, we'll see our famous actor who taught you guys. You'll see him on the stage, enjoy the production. And then after that, we're gonna go up and see another spectacular view from the top of Rockefeller Center's top of the rock. 850 feet high with gorgeous views. It's going to be crystal clear tonight. So you're getting this day view on the gondola. You're going to get a night view in the evenings.
This is Corbin Blues show.
Famous Studio 54. Yes. It's a nightclub.
Oh, it is.
70s and early 80s. Young Brooke Shields. You probably know who she is, but she was a famous actress. She still is a famous actress, but she was very young. Her, Bianca Jagger, Andy Warhol, and lots of other famous celebrities partied here. It was a nightclub, and of course it got shut down because of a lot of illegal activities. And it was converted into a theater. The very first show here was Cabaret. Are New York's bravest. 343 firefighters were lost on the morning of 9/11. Tomorrow, when we're at the museum, we'll talk a little bit about my story, and I actually work for the fire department. Surprisingly, was not a firefighter, but it's a special breed of people to be a firefighter. It really is. I just wanted to stop in front of this because it's a really great art piece depicting the heroic actions of that day. This is the World Trade Center in the background, and the firefighters putting up the flag. Behind me, every firehouse has a theme. Because this is in the theater district, their theme is never missed a performance. 15 guys were killed from this firehouse on 9/11. And everyone has their really special plaque. This is theirs. The 15 guys, their photographs are right there along the brick. You'll also see the badge on the outside of the what do you call it? The door, yeah. You'll see their badge, and you'll see their theme, which is the theater faces. So pretty cool. The name was coined basically by a cop who had just seen a gang fight go down in the middle of the hot summer, and his colleague said, "Man, it's hot as hell out here." And he said, "No, it's not hell, it's hell's kitchen," meaning it's hotter than hell.
This is cool. We're at a Thai restaurant called, I think, Key. It's QI. I don't know how to say it. Our last show of the weekend, Aladdin, the musical. I was trying to find the focus finally. Focus on the side. Yeah! There you go.
Heart is racing.
We're going in! I'm moving as fast as I can. We're going inside. I love to
You're looking at an amazing piece of artwork. There are over 150 pieces of artwork, sculpture, bas-reliefs throughout Rockefeller Center, a city within itself, called Intelligence Awakening Mankind. Intelligence, figure of God, is about written spoken words. Off each side, you see all the awesome things that create a healthy society. Drama is one of them. Religion, music, poetry, politics, I might say not. Sports, biology, physics, hygiene. Did you put your deodorant on tonight?
Yes.
Philosophy, listening. All of these things create a healthy society. If you don't have those things, you have poverty and fear, ignorance, and cruelty, as you see on this side. So it was a very, very rocky time, and this was to speak to the people then. What's amazing is history tends to repeat itself, and this can speak to us today. And then 20 years later, the birthplace of television, NBC, right? National Broadcast Corporation. And this is where it all began. Eddie Rickenbacker Jr., World War I hero. idea? Let's bring flight to the masses. Not fighting people in a war. Let's bring them to the masses. To get to who? To who? Eastern Airlines, the first commercial airline, started right here at Rockefeller Center. It was these things that kept Rockefeller Center afloat. And of course, the observation deck, because it gives you an amazing view. And we're going to do that now.
Oh, my ears.
Yeah. Yeah, you would.
It's where you can see. That's not the first time I've caught my ears. 2 seconds.
And now we jump.
Welcome to the Tower of Terror.
I love the Tower.
Welcome to Miami.
Alright, Matthew. Alright, Matthew, go.
Yes! I don't know. I think I'm red. I'm blue? Lit. I don't know. You're blue. I chose you. No, wait, I think I'm red.
Why is it following me? I was so
It's following your every move.
You can even see a cop car. I don't know what he's doing.
He's finding Santa Claus.
Somebody, it looks like.
No, I'm just kidding.
Mark. Now, as you were at the Met on Saturday morning, it's kind of hard to see, but actually the building
it was
with
snowing
two red
up
lights
here for a second.
blinking that kind of blocks that view. Just above it is where the Met is sitting inside the park. And across the Hudson River, off to the left, across that bridge, is the armpit of the city, New Jersey. So, if you would like to see Yankee Stadium in the Bronx,
Yes.
follow Fifth Avenue along Central Park, straight up beyond the park. Follow that body of lights all the way up, and you will see a building with 2 bright white
There you go.
lights
There's like
that
2 white
connects
lights
over
all the
to
way
New
at the
Jersey
end.
From Manhattan.
Yeah,
That
let me try and
is
point.
the neighborhood
Right
of Washington Heights.
there.
Your hotel is located. See where that blue hotel is?
Yeah.
Your hotel is right across the street from it. That's 54th Street.
Look at that moon.
Here is right to the in the middle of
It's
this
beautiful.
massive. That is the Queensboro Bridge that we saw today when we were on the tram going that connects to Queens. You have the Triborough Bridge.
You're
the next bridge
garbage.
up to
Stupid MetLife, get out of here. I literally have a hatred right now. Ew. God, I want to stay on this side though. Dumb MetLife, I want a picture of the Chrysler Tower.
Picture of the MetLife building.
Guys, look at how amazing this is.
World Trade Center.
Percy Jackson.
Empire State Building. H&M.
It's a UFO.
It's an UFO? Where?
Wait, there's 2 more. Why are there so many MetLifes? There's a MetLife there.
There's only all the way down there.
Why are there so many MetLifes?
Because it's what does MetLife even do?
They're a life assurance company.
They would be!
Why do they need so many buildings?
Right and smack dab in front of us is the famous Empire State Building. Ain't it a beauty? We already talked a little bit about her. I will tell you that in 1945, well, let's talk about the 1930s. It was the Depression when it opened. A lady jumped off and she had a new lease on life when the wind blew her back onto the building.
What?
True story.
Oh my God.
God was like, nope. God was like, not today.
Blew her back. 1945, World War II bomber crashed into the 69th floor.
What?
Of the building. He got a little lost and soggy, and it was a Saturday morning. He was trying to avoid all the other buildings, and thankfully it was a Saturday morning. Otherwise, more people would have been killed. 13 people died. You guys have waited all the way to the end to find out.
I've been so amazing.
We have a little choreography session going on over here.
When you have to rehearse 24/7 on Broadway.
All right.
No, he's telling us an answer that we've been waiting for.
Drum roll, please.
The difference between Broadway and off-Broadway, many feel that it's the location.
Or the seats.
That is wrong. Just because you're on the street Broadway does not make you Broadway. So what is the difference? Well, there's two things that make it Broadway, and the difference between Broadway and off-Broadway. Both are professional theater, so it's not one's better than the other. But if you have 500 or more seats,
yes, killed it.
It is Broadway. If it's under 500 seats to 100 seats, it's off-Broadway.
And it's
professional
off-Broadway.
theater. Below 100 seats is off-Broadway, and that is amateur theater because the actors are not paid. But it's not just the seats in the house.
I still was right.
Technically, Radio City Music Hall, which can seat up to 6,000 people, is a Broadway house. But it's not. Guess what else has to be the qualification?
I don't know.
Come on now. Equity. You've got to be under equity union contract.
Oh my God, yeah, the actors thing.
If you are not, then you are not protected. The stage managers and the actors are not protected. It has to be an equity contract. Radio City Music Hall, Rockettes are not under equity contracts. They're under AGVA contracts. So technically, it is not a Broadway house.
We're going 9 stops to the World Trade Center.
What you're about to see is definitely the future. So follow me. I just wanted to mention that. Oh, so glad you did. Walking to
Whole thing is like a mall. What? It's so cool. Yeah. There's a bunch of shops and stuff that I don't know. I want to see if I can find one that I know. I think I know Mont Blanc. That's the oh, I know Kate Spade. I mean, not physically, like know her, but like, you know. Whoa. Freedom Tower. Oh my gosh, a bird.
And this is called the oculus, and oculus in Latin means eye, and that's exactly what this is supposed to evoke. It's supposed to be looking through the eye into the sky, and if you look carefully off out of these windows, specifically here, you can see the lashes of the eye. Over here, you're coming out of a very modern structure. It's brand new. We're going to cross the street over to Engine 10, Ladder 10. This is the firehouse that stood right across the street from the World Trade Center. And what better place to honor the 343 firefighters that lost their lives that morning than have it on the side of the firehouse on the outside wall. It's a beautiful copper bas-relief depicting the heroic actions of the day. And every member of the FDNY that was killed that day is listed on this memorial. As you walk down along the side of the firehouse, which is just on the other side of this wall, you will see the copper bas-relief that I was talking about, and all the names listed below. It's a really beautiful piece, but the thing that's important to remember is that the second part of the memorial says, "May we never forget." The reason you're here, and the reason it's important that you're here, even though this is a performing arts trip, is that history tends, as I said last night at Rockefeller Center, tends to repeat itself. God forbid, we do not want something like 9/11 to ever happen again on that kind of grand scale, any kind of scale. Things have been happening since 9/11 over the past 15 years. Just last year, we had the Orlando incident in Florida. We had San Bernardino in California, and there have been other incidents. The Boston Marathon. The Boston Marathon before all of that, absolutely. And so the idea that you weren't around, so that's history, that's the past, who cares? No, we need to care. We need to know what happened. We need to understand what happened, and we need to be vigilant about it not happening again. So we're going to go down this escalator. Notice those three things: the flags, the triad, and the photograph of the original two towers.
That's crazy. An acre per lane per floor. With its own zip code, that's insane. These are the prongs, the original little columns from the original building. And then these are the flags that affected the World Trade Center bombing, or not bombing. What?
No, it was a kind
Airplane. Well, airplane. Yeah.
They used the airplane as well.
Yeah. Wow.
Alright guys, so this is where I'm going to be starting. I'm going to be talking at this level. I can't shout, I can't yell. Y'all have really been great though. I haven't really had to do that. This is called The Sphere. It was done by an artist by the name of Fritz Cohen. Can be found today in Battery Park, right? As if you're going to go to the Statue of Liberty, you would see this in the park. It is being moved to Liberty Park, that new park that has the church being built in it. It's going to be moved to that. It is original to the art piece that represented world peace through world trade. It was abstract, and it sat in an open plaza. It was a fountain. The key is that you cannot just survive those times, but you can thrive through that. And that's something that makes you almost like a diamond in the rough, in a sense, of yourself. You know what I mean? So this is a symbol of hope. Now, a couple things to note. This tourist sign here, that's exactly what it was. It was a tourist sign that told you about the World Trade Center. It survived, and now is an artifact in the museum. If we were to walk through Lower Manhattan, we would see signs just like that. And it survived the day. The second thing I want you to notice is the slurry wall. Now, what is a slurry wall? It's made of clay and water, and it was used to keep back the Hudson River. Because you have to understand, the World Trade Center was built, and to build it, they had to get to bedrock. They had to destroy everything that was there. It was a massive superblock. They went to bedrock, and then they had to build a wall. To do what? To keep back the Hudson River. If that wall had just been destroyed, the whole Lower Manhattan would have been flooded on the morning of 9/11. This is a map you can quickly look at. This is the old World Trade Center, and literally we are right here underneath the ground. This is what the future site will completely look like when it's all done. So it kind of shows you the difference between the two. And here we are at level 2. We're going all the way down to level 6, which is technically, if you count the top, is 7 stories underneath the ground. You're going to see photographs on these columns and walls. After 9/11, people had hoped that their family members had crossed the rivers in New Jersey or Long Island or Brooklyn or Queens or Bronx or somewhere. And they put signs up to their loved ones saying, have you seen my sister? Have you seen my mom? Have you seen my husband? Have you seen my wife? Have you seen my friend? They remained up for months, 9 months. People just didn't want to let go. Their family member had died and was never coming back. They never found any bodies. If you did have a family member that died, there would be a memorial service. There was no typical proper funeral where you could say goodbye to your loved one, which is what happened. It was a beautiful crystal blue day. What you're looking at is 2,977 different colored color of blue. So what you think is blue and what you think is blue, it might be a different color of what we think is blue. So Spencer Finch, the artist, wanted to honor each person as an individual who died that day. Each has a unique color of blue. No blue is the same. Each one is similar maybe, but is different. And then you have that fantastic verse or quote from Virgil, "No day shall erase you from the memory of time." What's really amazing about that quote is it's true, but not only that, the actual steel that you see there making those letters came from the World Trade Center. Tom Joyce, the artist, took that steel and hammered it into those letters, creating that famous quote. Not on the morning of 9/11, after 9/11, when they were cleaning up the whole area, they started jackhammering and taking everything apart. And somebody said, wait, stop doing what you're doing. These stairs save people's lives. This should be in the future museum or whatever it may be. And so they stopped. So half of it, the people think it happened. Some people think it happened on 9/11. No, the damage comes from when they were just trying to clean up, and they said don't do that anymore. And so half of it is undamaged and half of it is. So we'll meet at the base of at the very bottom.
Anyone else want to go down? Wow. Look at all the names on there. You can kind of see it there. This is the ball that dropped. 2001. Oh my gosh, wow. He fixed his bike.
Out of all of those people, an Israeli team, landscape architect team led by Michael Arid and Peter Walker won the contest, and their contest design was called Reflecting Absence, reflecting on what's been taken. Whether you've never been here before, or whether you worked in the towers, or whether you had seen them before, it didn't matter. Life changed as we knew it from before and after. You are the generation that came after 9/11. In regards to you were born during or before it, but you are lived through post 9/11. And the way that we do things is very different from how it was before 9/11. So we're reflecting on those things that have been taken from us, whether they are friends or loved ones, but also just the physical buildings as well as our way of life. But faith is defined by the things that are not seen, not by the things that are seen. That is the definition of faith. And so it's very powerful when you do that. Now, as you look over, you'll also notice there are names around the perimeter of the entire pool. These names are the people and the victims that were killed, that murdered that day, and they are put around the pool with purpose. 500-mile radius of New York City and Washington, D.C., and they do well in urban environments. They're pretty strong. However, there is one tree that obviously is different, and that's this tree. And this is, of course, the survivor tree that dates back to 9/11 and survives the absolute catastrophe that surrounded it. Now, if I had found the tree, I would have thought it was dead, and I would have said, all right, we're going to cut this up, and we're going to use it for firewood this winter. Someone had faith and trust that this tree's not dead, and they replanted it up in the Bronx in Van Cortlandt Park. Now, Van Cortlandt Park's about 3 times the size of Central Park. It's huge. Great place to replant a tree. And for a period of 10 years, it would survive hot summers, cold winters, and would even be hit by lightning. Oh. And it would still survive and thrive. In the wintertime, it was brought down here prior to the opening of the plaza, and it would be surrounded by cables that would make sure that it was harnessed into the ground so it could get a good rooting into the ground. You can see that the anchors are no longer around the tree. They don't need it because, as you can see, the tree has grown exponentially, and there you have it, folks. As far out as my finger is to this limb, underneath the ground, the roots have gone underneath the ground as far as you can see. Wow. All the way around. It doesn't need, it's grounded. It doesn't need any help anymore or supports on the tree base. So
What is this, please? This is so cool. Oh, wait. This is so pretty. And it smells amazing.
And I live from referrals. So, and I really prize any student criticism as well, because I mean, y'all are at the heart of what I do. So, adults are great. I love the teachers giving me critique on those sites. But if I get students, I love that. So I know you're probably gonna pass out once the train starts. You're like, I'm so tired. But if you have a moment or time, I would love that. And then you've got a friend in New York. You know, ever come back to New York, please look me up. Daniel Perlman is a perfect example of that. You know, and so know that I'm always there for you. If you need a friend or advice or anything, or just a person to talk to, or to snort with, no, just dare. Dream big guys.
Woo!